gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bev podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only, sexy Mr. DTF, Dylan Fields. How's it going?
Sexy, I guess. I'm doing well. Except they could be a little better if the Heat were winning right now, but there's still a little bit of game left. Might be able to pull it out here.
Maybe, yeah, there's still plenty of game left. I mean, it's the fourth quarter, so I mean, they have to do it now, but they're starting to get some calls.
I mean, here's the thing. Kevin Love has been known to come back from a 3-1 lead. So there's still a chance.
I hate to say it, but LeBron James is not on this roster.
Who needs LeBron when you have...
I mean, the Nuggets swept LeBron, so...
Yeah, it's true. Nuggets are just unstoppable. I mean, they just... When you got Aaron Gordon scoring 25 points on a good night...
Yeah, he scored 16 in, like, not even 2 quarters.
Yeah. No, I've always liked Aaron Gordon a lot, more for his dunking, but he's just been an outstanding like ball player this season. He's really flourished into the basically third scorer on the team.
Yeah, he's just developed into such a great not like I don't want to call him great player, but he's someone that could be your number 3.
Yeah.
I never knew that he was going to be like a winning player like this with all his years in Orlando. I mean, that kind of overshadowed everything, but
it's crazy though because he was drafted 4th and Jokic was drafted 41st in that draft. And then Butler was the last pick of the first round in that draft.
Was that all the same draft?
Yeah.
Really? I thought Jimmy Butler was way older than Aaron Gordon.
Mm-mm.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, you can fact check me, but
I'm double checking.
let's see, what year would that have been? 2011, 2012?
Aaron Gordon's definitely not that old.
No, 2014? It has to be like 2014.
He was drafted in 2014. Because I thought Jimmy Butler was the same draft as Kyrie. Yeah, Jimmy Butler was in 2011.
Oh. Okay, well.
Jokic, I know it. I'm pretty sure Jokic is
Jokic and both Aaron Gordon were in the 2014 draft. I mean, there are some other crazy names in that draft, like Joel Embiid was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Smart went 6.
Yeah, Marcus Smart. Who else was another one in that draft? That's pretty solid.
Clint Capella.
Clint Capella, yeah, he was in that draft.
Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yes, he was in that draft.
Joe Harris.
I was happy about that pick, I remember.
Spencer Dinwiddie. Glenn Robinson III. Jordan Clarkson.
I remember Jabari Parker was so overhyped.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Zach LaVine, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Nurkic was another one. Gary Harris, Kyle Anderson, who's been pretty solid in his career.
Andrew Wiggins to the Cavs for Kevin Love.
I remember I actually didn't even know what I really thought about that pick at the time. Or that trade. Like, it was Kevin Love, but I always thought he was just big and out of shape.
Yeah.
Let's see. Julius Randle was in that that draft.
It was a pretty good draft. So despite me thinking Jimmy was in it, still crazy to think that Aaron Gordon, number 4, Jokic 41, and 41, not obviously being a lottery pick, is now the face of the franchise and face of the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
It just goes to show that you don't always have to be a lottery pick.
He's like, in a way, in the draft sense, he's like a Tom Brady of the NBA draft.
Yeah.
And just adapted in the rough.
Just got supported with rings now.
Yeah, I think he's going to get his first one next game.
I mean, I don't know.
We'll get through the fourth quarter. We'll get through the fourth quarter. We'll find
Hey,
out by the end of the show tonight.
like I said last show, whoever wins this game is gonna win the finals. So I'll eat my words and respect that if the Nuggets win. I mean, I only lose like $15, but I would have won a lot more had the Miami Heat won.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, since they're in commercial break right now, let's go ahead and just start talking about some things that happened. I know we just recorded the other day and uploaded a day late. My apologies. They got ahead of me. um, but yesterday was a pretty crazy day for the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, to start it off, Cleveland social media superstar, I guess you want to call him, Sir Yacht, throws out the first pitch. And I think we'll get to this, but he slips and falls on the pitching mound. Something tells me he did it on purpose.
Oh, he 1,000% did it on purpose. That dude is,
It made it to first take, like Stephen A. Smith was talking about it,
yeah,
which totally just a publicity stunt to get your name on ESPN.
not the first time. He I see that you followed him because I looked him up because I have him blocked on everything. I've had him blocked on everything.
Well, I used to want him to wear Euphoria when I was still doing that before he was huge, and I was DMing him a lot about doing stuff, and obviously he wanted us to pay him to wear Euphoria, but I was kind of like, we're giving you free merch, like just wear it once.
Yeah,
So I mean, he was at the beginning of his career anyways, so he had to make some money somehow. It's like I respected it, but I was like, nah, I'm not paying right now. Like I'm just giving away free merch. Never ended up doing it because I was like, fuck him. And he got really annoying. He was trying too hard to become famous. Um,
oh yeah, yeah. Clout chasing.
yeah. And you could see by the way he fell, he twisted his leg to purposely like slip off the mound. Like no pitcher has ever I've never seen a pitcher slip and fall.
There's a video of Tim Lincecum actually, if you remember the name.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
For the Giants?
Yes,
Wow. Good
he did.
find.
But like, still, I mean, I thought it was just absolutely blatant that he did it for a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's like a I get it, but that's dude. I would kill to throw the first pitch at a Guardians game.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like it's such an honor to do it and to have the nerve to disrespect it by falling. I mean, like purposely falling. I don't know. He must have, I mean, like, unless he just did it on his own, he must have told somebody he was going to do it. Like, even in the Guardians organization, because that's like it's probably like a waiver thing. Like, if you were to get hurt, that's on them. And he's like, no, I did it on purpose. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see what comes out of it. If anything comes out of it, it'll be talked about for a week and it'll be over. But uh,
Yeah,
in the actual game, Jose Ramirez hit his first 3 home run game of his career, which is crazy that that's only the first time. And he's been with us for it feels like, like almost 10 years. It feels like.
yeah. Well, he hit his 200th home run. That first
Mm-hmm.
was his 200th career home run.
What came in the night at 198, left the game with 201.
Yeah,
You think they did a do you think they did a steroid test after?
I wouldn't doubt it, considering we had a couple of players banned from PEDs today.
I mean, if it was Miles Garrett getting like 5 sacks in one game, he's gonna get that call the next day.
Yeah, I think they're a little crazy with that. I get it though, at the end of the day, but
Dude scores 3 touchdowns in one game and he gets a call the next day. Why can't you just have a really good game?
yeah, I might be crazy for even saying this, but at the end of the day, do we really care if players use them or not?
No. And I've heard my friend Nico has the theory that we can get into a lot more one day, but my friend says there's no way that players like LeBron or Antetokounmpo or Steph Curry are not on some sort of PED because how are they able to be so like longevity, like able to play every game? Not every game, but the beating that their bodies are taking and the way they look and they're physically just like above everybody. Some of those tennis players that you see, like Nadal and golfers. The golfers is a little bit different, but there's people out there who are definitely taking stuff and are allowed to buy these leagues because they need superstars. They need people to fill the seats. I mean, if LeBron was 37, 38, going out every night and tweaking his legs every game and missing multiple weeks, multiple months, LeBron James is still one of the faces of the league, and they're losing money if he doesn't play.
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I'll get into what I was going to talk about with that here in a second, but just real quick, I was just watching I forget whose podcast Dwayne Wade was on. I want to say it was I say it was Matt Barnes, but it definitely wasn't Matt Barnes. Anyways, he was talking about just how crazy LeBron is and why he's the GOAT. Like most players, you'll see them like twist their ankle pretty bad. They're out for a few weeks. LeBron will twist his ankle debatably worse than them, if not as bad as them, but will drop 20 in the fourth quarter. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the question was what makes LeBron different from anyone else? And he just pointed up. He's like, God just made him different. Like he can just take an absolute beating and then just drop 20 to 30 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Like nothing happened. But anyways, what you were talking about with the injuries, I definitely feel like there's some they claim it's like stem cell research that they do. Do you know much about that at all?
No.
No, so I call me wrong on it, but basically it's kind of shunned upon a little bit because um a lot of it comes from let's say it nicely, babies that haven't been born yet.
Mm-hmm.
They use the like fetuses to get like the nutrients, and it gets. I'm gonna look up the exact definition before I get flamed.
While you're looking that up, I just wanted to point out that I noticed Tyler Harrow did not play tonight.
Yeah, he. Yeah, I figured he wasn't gonna play. If he didn't play last game, I figured he's not gonna play.
I just wonder if he would have been the missing piece.
Well, I feel like if anything, they're gonna play him next game if they're down 3-1. Like, why not?
See, I'm the opposite. Why? I mean, like, unless you really think you can come back from a 3-1 lead, um, why waste him getting hurt again if they're gonna probably lose anyways?
Well, okay, my theory on that is that they're scared of, him trying to get back into the rhythm and everything that's going to screw him up and put him at 3-1, that
Yeah,
they probably have a better shot at getting to 2-2
yeah.
or getting the series to 2-2 um without having to worry about getting him back into rhythm. And Duncan Robinson's been playing solid too.
Oh yeah, he's been
About
a
time.
great player outside the line and playing in defense.
Yeah. So I found something on stem cell. It's basically saying that stem cells are immature cells that are able to make other blood cells mature and function as needed. These cells are used in procedures such as bone marrow and transplants. But I know they use it in other things as well. And athletes do use them.
Okay.
So I feel like that has something to do with it, and they just cover it up with that. Um, granted, could be wrong. I'm not accusing anyone of that whatsoever, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just personally have never really cared whether players use it or not. I mean, it can be considered cheating, of course, yeah, because not every player is gonna want to do it. And
Right.
there's health, there's health things that go into it, but that's like telling a boxer he can only take so many punches in the ring and then he has to tap out.
Right. Well, it also, when I think about even like drugs, like marijuana, they've got such a strict drug policy for sports, but then you hear stories from like J.R. Smith, and some players who smoked pot before every game. And it's like, oh, well, obviously these guys were doing it, and were they being tested? Now the NBA doesn't test for marijuana, but like the NFL is still strict on it, I think, for now. Just
Yeah,
yeah, not yet, not yet.
they're supposed to be leaning off of it though. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it, especially the beating they take every single night.
Yeah.
Um, there's just so many benefits to it that way with recovery and especially if you're taking that many hits to the head, like I don't blame him if you want to smoke a little bit of pot. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Whatever makes you feel better and gets you rest for the big game, I really don't care. I think they're mainly worried that people are just gonna start like posting on Instagram, like say just Patrick Mahomes just smokes a big old blunt on Instagram Live. Like that's not what they want.
Yeah. And I mean, it's mainly because of the audience. You've got a bunch of kids that look up to these athletes and can't be having AB flashing his cock on Snapchat. It's just like stuff like that. You can't be doing.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that, honestly.
John Morant flashing a gun. I mean, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, not that what John Morant did the second time is necessarily illegal. It's just, dude, you're at a big enough stature. That'd be like Donald Trump or Joe Biden, like flashing off like a Glock at the White House or at like some kind of press conference.
Yeah.
Like there's just some things when you reach a certain point in life and fame that you can't do it.
No. But that kind of brings me to the next thing with Ja, somebody who was also drafted that same year, Zion. We talked a little bit about it last episode. But the plot thickens. I guess another girl spoke out and posted a picture of his back laying on the bed and said something about you getting all these bitches pregnant, like you gross or something. So like he's got more than two girlfriends.
Oh, jeez.
He's just a dog at this point.
And dude, I can't remember if I sent you this meme or not. There was this meme that I saw on Twitter. And it was the first three picks of that. What would it have been? 2019 draft.
Yeah.
The 2019 draft picks. It showed like Zion Williamson, John Morant, and then R.J. Barrett. It
Mm-hmm.
showed John Morant and said gunshot, and then it went to Zion Williamson back shot, and then it showed R.J. Barrett and it said bad shot.
Well, I saw one that was like, um, those like TikToks that are like every black movie ends the same way, and it's like, no, I'm hopeful, this I am, and they got like the freeze frames, and the one was John Morant got killed in gun related accident. Zion's there was something, but then it said RJ Barrett starts a RJ Barrett starts a citywide wildfire that spreads across New York City or something. I'll have to find it, but I always crack up when I see those. Like every black movie ends the same way. It's like freeze frame, and then like Jimmy was caught with, I don't know, the funny, good old comedy.
Dude, speaking of the wildfires, have you Have you noticed anything different ever since that happened?
Different here?
Just about like, yeah, here or just in general? Because me and Caitlin were just talking about this.
No, but I know that they have been saying on the news that the air quality is the lowest or worst it's been in a while. Um, that's another dark humor joke, but they said the air quality is the lowest it's been in over 21 years, and
Oh,
somebody actually asked what happened 21 years ago.
oh, gee.
Come on. Come on. But anyways, no, I've not noticed anything. But I feel like people are gonna be scared to go outside because of the air quality, or they're gonna wear masks and make their air quality even worse.
I
So
was gonna say they're suggesting it in some places.
it's gonna be COVID part two.
Ah, um, but I've noticed a little bit. I just have felt like lightheaded for whatever reason, and I don't think I'm getting sick whatsoever, but I
Hmm.
felt like more lightheaded ever since it happened.
I've not noticed anything, but maybe now I'll pay attention. But
Mm.
maybe tomorrow when I'm in Cleveland and I'm walking to the stadium for work, I'll notice something because Cleveland's a little closer to Canada. But down here, I've noticed nothing.
And it could just be like a coincidence, but I mean, the time it started and it
Yeah.
makes sense. That would kind of mess with you a little bit. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't really notice it a ton,
No.
but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. We got to go through it.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy to see New York look the way it looks right now.
It looks like something out of a movie. I was saying that it looks like Gotham City in the new Batman movie.
Yeah, except not flooded.
No. Which totally off sports, but I guess the location where they filmed um the I think it was called the Iceberg Lounge. Can't
Hmm.
remember if that's what it's called, but they said that was sold and it's now an office space. So not sure if they're gonna have a new location for that or if they're not gonna film that at all for the second movie slash the Penguin show. I feel like they'd have to, unless they already have all the filming done for the Penguin, then they're like, we're done, so we're selling it.
Yeah, that is true.
But I just read that the other day and I was like, oh, interesting. But I'm looking forward to more Batman content. Um, we have the Flash next week, but I'm not gonna be able to see it probably for a week or two.
Nah, I'm gonna wait for HBO.
Yeah. I'm going to see Spider-Verse tomorrow with Mr. Beats,
Oh, nice.
7:30 at Crocker Park.
You're gonna enjoy it. Just
I
get ready
can't
for
wait.
the blue balls.
I can't wait to see it. Um, but speaking of watching stuff, Netflix. We talked a little bit about The Full Swing last week or last episode, but
Hmm.
Netflix is about to put out something really cool that I'm looking forward to because I've always been a secondary Gators fan. Totally random, but I just love anything Florida.
Yeah.
Netflix is releasing Swamp Kings on August 23rd, according to former Florida linebacker Brandon Seiler. The documentary is going to follow the 2006 2009 Florida teams with Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin, you name it, they were there. Gonna be fun. I can't wait to watch this.
Oh yeah, no, that is gonna be awesome.
The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the 2007 season.
Oh yeah,
Ted Ginn Jr. touchdown, breaks ankle, Buckeyes lose national championship.
yeah. Real quick, I actually wanted to give a shout out, Jason Byer for commenting on the last episode.
What did he say?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
You do? He said Christian Brown Finals MVP hashtag Rock Chalk.
That's my buddy from work.
Oh, nice.
He's from Perry.
Oh, that's the one that's from Perry that you were talking
Yeah,
about? Oh, that's funny.
he's a trainee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you might be sitting right next to him when you, if or when you start.
Yeah.
Right. I see, I like Christian Brown too, so it's hard, man. It is so hard that I picked Miami to win. I bet you, and I didn't even look close enough, but I bet the odds are still good if I pick Nuggets beat Miami. But I stuck with what what I believed in, and just riding out these last 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah, you got to ride with your gut, man. You got to ride with your gut. I mean, the game's not over yet.
No, I mean the series isn't over yet either. But speaking of Rock Chalk, though, perfect transition. I read this headline. I shit my pants when I read it. It says Mavericks workout dick ahead of possible dick pick at number 10 in the draft. Why? Why? So it looks like the Mavericks are looking to add a lethal shooter in Grady Dick to their team from Kansas. I've gotten to see Grady Dick play in person. He is outstanding and he is NBA ready. Um, I bet on him a lot this season. I mean, he's good for 2 or 3 3-pointers a night. So I'm hoping that transitions in the NBA next season. I mean, he'll be a rookie, so he'll be getting minimal minutes, but I'm sure he'll play a bunch. The Mavericks don't have a lot of lethal shooters. It'll
Yeah, as
help Duncan
long as
a
he can
lot.
play up to the speed, which I mean, that's gonna take a little bit of time, but
Yeah, I mean, Kansas basketball is pretty intense. Fuck, this game's over.
yeah, no,
Ah,
Nuggets just went crazy. Oh my God,
it's
Duncan
their
Robinson
series.
can't handle the
It
ball.
was just their year.
Yeah, it was meant to be. You
I
know,
mean,
like I said before, like I'm kind of happy for him. You know, that's their first time ever being in the finals. Getting their first championship. Granted, that city's been spoiled by the Broncos for a while, so I don't really feel
let's
that
ride.
for him.
Let's ride.
Uh,
Broncos just signed Frank Clark.
yeah,
That's big. So they've
that's
been
slept on.
stacking up. Blake will tell you they've been stacking up their D. Their offense looks pretty good. I mean, they seriously got a great team. Um, People want to say Russell Wilson just had a one-off year. I hope for their sake it's true. I know we talk a lot of shit about Russell Wilson. It's usually on purpose though, just to get under Blake's skin. Um, but they are kind of scary. I still don't think they come out on top in the AFC West. Um, you know,
5-12.
oh, that'd be
You hear that, Blake? 5-12.
oh man.
Nah, they won't finish 5-12. Maybe though.
I don't know.
It depends how dangerous Russ is. Danger Russ Wilson.
He is Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited.
Another team in the AFC, the Texans, rookie quarterback CJ Stroud already seized up the first team reps away from Davis Mills, and that Stroud is looking way, way ahead of pace at practice, according to Houston coaches. I saw this coming.
Yeah, David
I
Mills didn't stand a chance.
no. I knew the minute that CJ Stroud hit the field, he was going to ball out. Um, Bryce Young is technically still fighting for the starting job with Andy Dalton, which is a little strange, but I think that he should come off the bench first. Don't throw him out there like that right away.
I think he's ready. I don't think it's necessarily like the worst thing in the world if that happened,
Yeah.
but I think that, you have Andy Dalton, you brought him in for a reason, let him play a couple of games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or
and I mean,
even let Bryce play like the second half or something.
mm-hmm.
But just,
Yeah.
show him the ropes.
Well, you just need a good veteran in the locker room. And Andy Dalton did have some good years with Cincinnati. I mean, they did have a couple good years with him.
Why are these people on the floor holding up chairs? Did you see that too? They were
I'm
just
looking at
they were just like two or three women just holding up wooden chairs right next to the court. Just holding
no,
them up
I'm
their
looking
head.
at Jimmy right now.
Yeah, I think he knows that he just lost his series.
It's because he didn't do shit.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Oh, don't worry, we're gonna win the next game," just like he was the whole Boston series. That pissed me off so bad.
Well, he just hasn't done anything.
Yeah, no. Well, no. Last game, I mean, he got 28 last game.
I know, but it's just like a quiet 23 or 28.
Yeah, I mean, 28 is gonna look real quiet if you lose. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. Like we said, it was Denver's year. It was well overdue, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that people aren't gonna pull the whole, "Oh, this is the best next duo." I heard Bill Simmons talking on his podcast, which I unfortunately listen to all the time, just because he does know a lot of NBA knowledge, but
Hmm.
sometimes I really don't like the Celtics, and he's a Celtics mega fan. Dude, he hates the Heat so much right now.
I bet. What do you think about Dame if he gets traded? He doesn't want to go to the Celtics.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to get traded to the Celtics.
I mean, that's kind of crazy, being that they're like a top three team in the league.
Yeah, that is true. Um, I feel like they would have to give up too much, but in all reality, are they really? I mean, other than Tatum and Brown, do they really have much?
No,
I
I mean
think
they.
I can't
they
remember if we talked about this on last episode or the episode before, but I was listening to Gilbert Arenas, which granted, a man was stupid enough to bring a gun into an NBA arena. Let's just say that, but still a good player, good player. Agent Zero. Was talking about how Boston's really not as good as they like. Their roster's really not that good. They just get carried by Brown and Tatum every night, which is
Yeah.
not wrong. It's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see
But
Al Horford or Marcus Smart leading the charge.
no, Marcus Smart wasn't even the same like defensive player as he was last year when he won Defensive Player of the Year. Like
Yeah.
he's not even close. Um, he he was ranked 27th out of 30 starting point guards this season. Horford 30 out of 30 for starting centers because they didn't start Robert Williams, which they needed to play him more, but man's got to stay healthy too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even know who they started at shooting guard other than maybe Brown.
Mm,
I
not
felt like they
really.
put Brown at small forward though, and
Yeah.
Tatum played power forward.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Derek White. Derek White was like 28th.
Hmm.
I remember it now. But yeah, he was going through that. He's like, you take those three and you put them on someone's bench, and they're still not better than like Miami's bench players.
Yeah.
Like, some of them wouldn't even see the floor, which I think is crazy. I definitely think some of them would. I mean, they're starting for a reason. But, anyways, Dame, I don't think he wants Boston. I think if he wants traded, it's going to be Miami. Brooklyn's just got to learn their lesson and stop just trying to build a super team overnight and actually try building something the right way for once.
Yeah.
I thought they had something decent going at one point when they had, D'Lo, and not that I'm banking on D'Lo being like your number one or anything like that, but you had something to build on at least.
Yeah.
And then they just tore that whole roster down for Kyrie and Katie, and I mean, yeah, you can't turn the offer down if you can sign both of them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel like tearing your whole roster down that defeats the purpose. I've never quite understood that, and it's quite literally never worked. Think of any team that's won a championship as a recent, other than the Lakers in the bubble. What
Yeah.
team completely just gutted their roster and won a championship
I've
2 years?
not seen it.
None. None. When LeBron went to Miami, they didn't gut the entire team.
No, but Brooklyn's always done that. Even when they had the crazy weird Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce trade, they were trying
Yeah,
to
with Joe
load up
Johnson and was it Deron Williams? Yes. Yeah,
on paper.
that team was nasty,
Mm-hmm.
and they still stunk. But I mean, shoot, all of them were like 35.
Yeah, you didn't get KG in his prime.
Dude, Deron Williams was disgusting back in the day. I always forget about that.
He was outstanding.
I remember he was on the Cavs for a little bit too.
Yeah, but that's kind of like getting Isaiah Thomas and like Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade. Like they weren't at their peak.
Yeah, no. Isaiah Thomas should have been. He was only
Uh,
1 year removed, but
mhm.
I never was a firm believer in him. Because, yeah, he could drop 30, 40 points, but the dude he's guarding is going to just cancel that out. So that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I wish we would have got more out of Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade. Like that season alone was so weird with all the players we had. It was
Yeah.
just like LeBron's super fun team building.
Yeah, I have a Dwayne Wade Cavs jersey.
So do I. Oh
I
wait,
played.
do I still have mine? I think mine got ruined in the wash or something.
Oh,
I had one though.
yeah, no. There was no way I was not buying one. I
Hell
still
yeah.
have it in my closet somewhere. Easily one of my favorite players I ever watched. Um, I forget what commercial it was when I first started watching basketball that made me like Dwayne Wade so much. I think it was his goldfish, and I hate goldfish too, but I just thought it was such a clean picture with him with the goldfish bag. I don't know why, I just remembered that as a kid.
That's funny.
I think it was for him like being like because they called him Flash at one point.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just like, damn, that's just they just look cool as fuck. I don't know. Um, but yeah, now Denver's up 3-1. Series basically over. We're gonna be coming back on game four though and talking about this.
Game 5.
Game five. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
But
hopefully Miami squeaks another one out at least.
yeah, just drags it on a little bit longer. We
Yeah.
can talk about it a little bit longer so we're not stuck with baseball.
Speaking of Miami, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, he got cut officially by the Vikings. I was surprised they didn't trade him whatsoever.
Well, they probably wanted more for what they were willing to get for him.
Yeah, but isn't something better than nothing?
I don't know.
Granted, I think a lot of it was a fear that they would have to take on some of his contract.
Yeah.
They would rather just get him completely off the books.
Yeah. And that's what I was reading as well. It sounds like Miami from Mike McDaniel's something about you can't go for him in year 2. I don't understand that. Why you wouldn't? I think that's a smokescreen. I think that the Dolphins are actually the lead like candidate for him.
Oh yeah, he's from there. I mean, um, I read a report that they have mutual interest in each other.
Well, and then he posted a picture of him celebrating on the field at Hard Rock Stadium, and you can definitely tell it's Hard Rock Stadium because it says it in the background.
Oh
So
yeah.
I heard a lot of stuff wasn't going to happen though until after Friday. So willing to see what happens tomorrow morning or Saturday morning and see if anything happens during the day.
Yeah,
Or
4 p.m. today he was or 4:01 p.m. today. He was officially allowed to sign with anyone, but I mean, technically they can't even talk per se.
Mhm.
Grant, shit happens behind the scenes. So I feel like something's already done.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, okay, when are we going to announce this?
Yep.
Um,
It's weird though. You look at his story and you look at like Zeke Elliott. Like there's teams that just aren't signing these big running backs.
Leonard Fournette even.
Leonard Fournette. Like it's gonna be a training camp
Kareem
or not
Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah, dude, there's so many running backs.
Yeah, it brings up the question, like, is the running back position becoming extinct? Like, if I'm, if my kid's playing football right now or wanting to start playing football, like I and he told me, Dad, I want to be an NFL running back, I'd be like, no, you don't.
You might want to be a college running back.
Yeah, college running back maybe. But if you plan on playing in the NFL, I don't know. Maybe get some like slot positions or something. It's basically to the point where if you can't be a receiver of some sort, you're not gonna be valuable.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
they'll draft you high and then they'll be like, okay, yeah, you're 27 years old. Goodbye.
yeah, it is something to bring up. I guess I've not thought about that.
Yeah, because it's always right when they hit that 27-year-old mark that
Hmm.
your value just tanks.
Yeah,
And that was a big deal with if you remember the Le'Veon Bell contract dispute. Like
yeah.
that's one of the reasons Pittsburgh didn't want to pay him. He was 26, turning 27, and he wanted a 4-year deal. They don't sign him. He sits out a year, signs a big deal with the Jets. They regret it.
Hmm.
They could have used that money so much better. But
I'd
it's
really
sad
like.
because I think the running back's one of the most fun positions to watch.
Yeah, I mean that was the position I played. That was all I wanted to do was run the ball. I wanted to get through the line, and it's like when you break through the second line, and you see just the end zone ahead of you. There's nothing, no better feeling than scoring a touchdown. But like Zeke, dude, Zeke was my favorite player to ever watch in college football. And when he went to the Cowboys, I was really scared because just Cowboys in general in the past, they've done nothing in the past 20 years. They almost made a run his rookie year,
Rookie
I
year,
believe. Yeah,
rookie year with Dak.
yeah. He almost made a run, but since then it's been nothing. So I'd like to see him go to Cincinnati as much as I hate it that we'd be playing him twice a year. But
Especially with Mixon, who knows what's going to happen with him.
when P Ryan's gone,
It's weird, in my opinion, how the NFL doesn't do anything with incidences like that.
yeah,
Like Joe Mixon, like what was it, domestic violence this time?
yeah,
And he
yeah.
had a
Well,
warrant for his arrest.
apparently he flashed a gun at kids in
Yeah,
his neighborhood.
yeah, like you don't hear the NFL doing anything on that.
No,
Like he hasn't been suspended, there's absolutely nothing on it
no.
other than what happened, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, he's our running back.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I don't know. I just feel like they take way too long. Like even when Alvin Kamara got in trouble at the Pro Bowl, you remember
Yep.
that?
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of a dude in the elevator, I want to say it was.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I think the dude was plastered and started it, but apparently he absolutely pummeled the dude.
Yeah.
But, nothing happened with that.
No, it takes a while for a lot of stuff.
Like his mugshot was posted and everything. I,
Mm-hmm.
it's just weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. They do things on purpose. I know that for a fact because with the whole John Morant stuff, the NBA has a decision, but they don't want to post anything about the John Morant situation to take away from what's going on in the finals.
Yeah, they're
Which,
gonna announce it right after the finals, but
but
it's gonna be hefty.
oh yeah, it
Do
might
I
be.
think it should be hefty? I'm 50-50 on it.
It's a
I'm not
toy
a,
gun. They had a toy gun.
it's not a toy gun. So it's not necessarily what he did. that I have a problem, and I think it should be hefty because it's a gun. It's the fact that he just got in trouble with this. Said
Mm,
that he went to rehab. I don't know what rehab you go to that's 4 or 5 days. That no, usually if you're going to rehab, you're there for 6 weeks
yeah.
minimum. Um, and is saying that all of this won't happen again, and then to turn around and just do it 2 months later. You sound like someone with like a drug problem.
Gotta have his guns.
Yeah. Like how literally how hard was it to not flash your gun on Instagram Live?
You know.
And granted, you can try to blame like people can try to blame his friend as much as they
No, but the
want
friend
to,
was
but
trying
that
to.
the friend was trying to help him. Ja
Yeah,
was stupid enough to flash his gun around.
yeah, it drives me nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, it's more of the fact that, this is his second chance, and the commissioner believed in him. That's one of the biggest names in basketball right now. It happened right before his shoe dropped. His shoes were selling out like quick as shit, and now they're never gonna make them again.
Yep.
Like,
No, that's crazy. Like he
like that
mentioned.
man missed out on probably potentially hundreds of millions of dollars throughout the rest of his life
Yeah.
just off of that.
No, I agree.
Granted, he's only what 23 years old. He's my age. Like he still can recover from this, possibly, possibly, but I don't like his odds.
Yeah.
I think people are crazy. I don't know if you saw what Stephen A. Smith said, but apparently there's people around him that don't think that John Morant will make it to like 26 years old or something like that. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Like he'll
We we,
die.
we yeah.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of crazy to
That's
be
a little
reporting.
dramatic.
Yeah, like that's a little crazy to be reporting.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, I see that you had one more thing on here about Hard Knocks.
Yeah, just a little update. The Jets head coach Robert Salah says the team doesn't want to be on Hard Knocks this season. The decision still hasn't been made, which seems like it's a little late. It's already June, and this takes place in 2 months from now. Um, the decision isn't up to the team though. The league can force one of the four teams that are eligible, which still remains to be the Jets, Bears, Saints, Commanders. I really wanted to be the Commanders. I pushed for that like from the start of like the decision process. I have a weird feeling it's gonna be the Saints. Like I'm not interested in watching anything about the Saints.
You don't
Uh,
want to see Derek Carr.
I don't want to see Derek Carr and I don't want to see the slant god hurt his ankle in practice. It's just truth.
And their overly exciting coach.
Yeah.
That dude's as boring as can be.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see the Bears. Love to see a whole season on Justin Fields. Commanders. There's something about the Commanders vibe right now with selling the team, possibly having to change their name again. Chase Young on his way out at the end of the season, if not traded.
I
The
just think there's
quarterback
so much
battle.
drama that they could do with it. Like
Yeah. The
I'd be
Jets.
all for it.
The Jets would be cool because Aaron Rodgers don't give a fuck mentality would be hilarious with Zach Wilson. Like already today in an interview, they're like, "So how's it been playing with Zach Wilson?" And he said, "Well, he hasn't made my life hell in practice every day." So like he's already poking fun at like these jokes and like it could be fun, you know. Brees Hall coming back from his injury, ready to go. That'd be sweet. So, anyways, I'm pushing for the Bears and Commanders. I just hope it's not the Saints. I'm gonna be so pissed if it's the Saints.
Yeah. I don't think the Saints. So I'm not necessarily against the Saints because there's one player that will save it all. Jamal
Chris
Williams.
Olave? Who?
Jamal Williams. He plays for the Saints.
Oh yeah. Well, Jamal Williams was on the Detroit season and he killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have two
So
players like
that's
this.
like the saving grace for that one. So it won't be a complete. They're still probably last on my list. But
Yeah. It'll be him and Olave to save it for me.
yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Coming off the Detroit season, which was great, to go to the Cardinals, I flipping hate the Cardinals. Everything about them, and I hate Kyler Murray. The only thing that made that season was JJ Watt and him retiring because the whole half the season was just a retirement party for him, and it was like very emotional. But aside from JJ Watt, I don't think I cared about that season at all. Cliff Kingsbury was a dick. Well, he's more of a douche than a dick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just oh, Detroit was so good. The season before that was Indianapolis, and Indianapolis was great. Carson Wentz was still a cheese ball, and he played for them. Their
Hmm.
coach Frank Reich, who now is coaching the Panthers, he's great. Which I hope Bryce Young is not taken for granted who his coach is because Frank Reich is good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'd love to see the Commanders. Ron Rivera, I mean, that's a legend coach.
Yeah. You know who Cliff Kingsbury always reminded me of? It's not necessarily a person, it's just a type of person.
Who?
He just reminds me, I'm not gonna name drop, but when I rushed in a fraternity, this kid, basically I in my head, I never called it to him to his face, but he's like the frat boy Peter Pan, the boy that never wanted to grow up and just wanted to party.
I can see it.
It just the way he always looked and handled himself. I'm like, dude, you're
Mm-hmm.
not an NFL coach. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about him. I wonder if he'll recover.
Probably not.
I mean,
That, that
going to
man, that
return.
man's probably still overseas.
Yeah,
But other than that, I mean, we got game 4 now. Game five's on the way. What day's game five?
Monday.
Monday?
Well, no, I think it's Sunday because there's only two days between each game now.
Let's see. When is the next game? Nope, you're right, Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they got to go back to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we'll probably be back Monday night. So Tuesday morning to be exact. Um, with the next episode. Thank you guys for listening and watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Let us know some different things you want to see on this show. We're more than happy to do some challenges, especially watching the fourth quarter of Game 5. Hopefully, Dylan will still have hope in his bet at that time, so we can get
We'll
some
see.
popcorn going, some
We'll see.
refilling and chilling going.
We'll see.
I finally hit one of those balls the other day, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
I have one left, and it's one of the balls that has the the drink on it.
Yeah, that's the one I have that you gave me.
Yeah. As I had those, and I had the actual refill and chill balls, but I hit both of those. But
Yeah. And
as
then,
always,
yeah,
remember to gamble responsibly. Call 100 Gambler if you have an issue. Rock Chalk, go
Rock
Heat.
Chalk.
I can't believe we had a. Was that on Spotify that he commented on
No, YouTube.
it? Love it. Thank you, Mr. Buyer.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Byer. You're always welcome to come on the show if you want to at any time.
Nah, he's a prick.
Oh, okay.
All right, deuces, everybody.
Peace.